Detective Emily Parker sat at her desk, the weight of the day's cases pressing heavily on her shoulders. The dim light of the city reflected on her glasses, casting a soft glow that contrasted with the darkness of the room. She was tired, her eyes heavy with exhaustion. She was about to call it a night, ready to leave the endless paperwork behind. Then she saw it. A cream-colored envelope rested on her desk, standing out against the clutter of files and reports. It was not there before. Emily's fingers traced the embossed lettering, feeling the intricate design beneath her fingertips. Evergreen Manor, it read. An invitation to a grand gala, the kind she'd only seen in movies or read about in novels. She had only read about Evergreen Manor and its reclusive owner, Victor Whitfield, a man shrouded in mystery and wealth. A renowned inventor, he was known for his lavish parties, gatherings that attracted the elite and the curious alike. The invitation was intriguing, almost irresistible. Emily had heard whispers about Evergreen Manor, tales of its grandeur and the secrets it held within its walls. They said it was a place of secrets, a mansion where the past lingered and the present was a mere shadow, a place where time stood still. This piqued her interest, stirring a curiosity she couldn't ignore. She decided to attend, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. Little did she know she was stepping into a web of mystery. Emily put the invitation in her coat pocket, her mind already racing with possibilities. She knew she would need a new dress for the occasion, something elegant yet practical, fitting for a detective on a mission. A wry smile touched her lips as she imagined herself blending in with the high society, all while keeping her detective instincts sharp. This was not just a party. It was an opportunity, a chance to uncover the truths hidden behind the opulent facade. It was a puzzle waiting to be solved, and Emily Parker was ready to piece it together, one clue at a time. Evergreen Manor loomed before Emily, its grand and imposing structure casting long shadows in the fading light. It was more imposing than she had imagined, a testament to the wealth and power of its owner. Gargoyles perched on the rooftops, their stone faces frozen in eternal vigilance. Their shadows danced in the moonlight, creating an eerie, almost supernatural atmosphere. The air was thick with the scent of pine and secrets, a heady mix that made her heart race. As Emily stepped inside, she was greeted by a dazzling sight, a world of opulence and grandeur that seemed almost unreal. Chandeliers cast a warm glow on the guests. They were important people. Politicians, artists, and business tycoons all gathered under one roof. Everyone who was anyone was there, mingling and exchanging pleasantries, their laughter echoing through the grand hall. Emily moved through the crowd, her keen eyes observing the guests. Their laughter seemed forced, their conversations stilted. Their smiles were brittle masks, hiding the true emotions that lay beneath. Behind the facade of wealth and grandeur, Emily sensed something else, a hidden tension that permeated the air. There was tension in the air, a palpable sense of unease that made her skin prickle.
Good evening, Detective. Welcome to Evergreen Manor.
She found Victor Whitfield standing by the grand fireplace, his presence commanding and authoritative. He was older than she expected, his face lined with the marks of time. His eyes, however, were sharp and alert, betraying a mind that was still very much active. He greeted Emily with a courteous nod. His handshake was firm, a testament to his enduring strength. But Emily noticed a tremor in his hand, a subtle sign of vulnerability that did not escape her keen observation. The night wore on. The guests ate, drank, and danced. Emily kept to the shadows. She listened to conversations. She watched for any sign of trouble, but everything seemed normal. Too normal, perhaps. A hush fell over the crowd. A clock chimed midnight. The sound echoed through the manor. It was followed by a scream, then chaos. People were rushing towards the east wing. Emily's instincts took over. She pushed through the crowd. The study door was locked from the inside. Two men broke down the door. Inside, they found Victor Whitfield. He was slumped over his desk. He was dead. A single red stain bloomed on his white shirt. A chill ran down Emily's spine. This was not an accident. This was murder. And she was determined to find the killer. The study was a mess. Papers were scattered everywhere. The smell of ink and old books hung heavy in the air. Emily's eyes scanned the room. She noticed a small, ornate clock on the desk. Its hands were frozen at midnight. Beside the clock was a note. It was written in elegant handwriting. "Time catches us all," it read. Emily carefully placed the note in an evidence bag. It was the only clue she had. Emily questioned the staff. No one had seen or heard anything unusual. The guests were in shock. They were more concerned with protecting their reputations than helping with the investigation. Emily felt a surge of frustration. She had a victim, she had a crime scene, but she had no motive, and she had a house full of suspects. Section 5. The guests. There was Charles, Victor's nephew. He had been next in line to inherit the Whitfield fortune. He seemed genuinely upset by his uncle's death. But was it an act? Then there was Miss Eleanor Vance, Victor's business partner. She was a shrewd businesswoman. Rumor had it that she and Victor had been at odds lately. Could this be a motive for murder? And there was also the mysterious Dr. Alistair Crane. He was a renowned psychiatrist. He had been treating Victor for insomnia. What secrets did he know? Each guest had something to hide. Each had their own secrets, and one of them was a killer. Emily had her work cut out for her. Section 6. The Clockmaker's Secret. Emily examined the clock from Victor's study. It was a unique piece. She took it to a local clockmaker. He was an old man. His shop was filled with the comforting tick-tock of clocks. The clockmaker examined the clock. His eyes widened. "This," he said, "is no ordinary clock. It's a masterpiece, made by a genius. A man named Elias Thorne." "Elias Thorne?" Emily asked. "Who was he?" "He was a legend," the clockmaker said, "but he vanished years ago. They say he created a clock that could stop time itself. A dangerous invention. Some say it drove him mad." Section 7. The Missing Jewels. Emily returned to Evergreen Manor. She continued her investigation. She discovered that Victor had a secret collection. He collected antique pocket watches, and he kept them hidden in a safe in his study. But when Emily opened the safe, it was empty. The watches were gone. Had they been stolen? Was this the motive for Victor's murder? Emily questioned the staff again. This time she noticed a young maid. Her name was Lily. She seemed nervous. She avoided Emily's gaze. Emily decided to follow her. She had a hunch that Lily knew more than she was letting on. Section 8. A Daughter's Grief. Emily found Lily in the gardens. She was crying. Emily approached her cautiously. Lily confessed that she had been stealing from Victor. She needed money for her sick mother. Emily felt a pang of sympathy for the young woman. But she knew Lily wasn't the killer. She hadn't been in the manor on the night of the murder. Emily asked Lily about Victor's daughter, Clara. Clara had left Evergreen Manor years ago. She had never returned. Some said she blamed her father for her mother's death. Could Clara have returned to seek revenge? Emily knew she had to find Clara. She was another piece of the puzzle. Section 9. The Gardener's Tale. Emily found the gardener, old Tom, tending to his roses. He had been with the Whitfields for years. He was a quiet man, but he was observant. He had seen and heard many things. Tom told Emily about a strange argument he had overheard. It was between Victor and Dr. Crane. They were arguing about a clock that could stop time. Dr. Crane wanted Victor to destroy it, Tom said. He said it was too dangerous. But Victor refused. He said it was his life's work. Emily's mind raced. Could the clockmaker's story be true? Did Victor Whitfield possess a clock that could stop time? And was that the reason for his murder? Section 10. A Web of Deceit. Emily pieced together the clues. The stopped clock, the missing watches, the argument about a dangerous invention. It was all connected. She realized that Victor's study was not just a crime scene. It was a stage. And the killer had carefully arranged everything to throw her off the trail. The killer had wanted her to believe that Victor was murdered at midnight. But the stopped clock was a trick. It was a red herring. Victor had been killed earlier, and the clock had been stopped to conceal the true time of death. But why? What was the killer trying to hide? Emily knew she was close to the truth. She could feel it in her bones. Section 11. Unmasking the Killer. Emily gathered everyone in the grand ballroom. She revealed her deductions, meticulously piecing together the puzzle that had baffled everyone. She explained how the killer had tried to mislead her, using clever diversions and false leads to throw her off the scent. She pointed out the inconsistencies in their alibis, highlighting the subtle details that had initially gone unnoticed. Then, in a dramatic reveal, she unmasked the killer. It was Dr. Alistair Crane, a man whose calm demeanor had hidden a dark secret. Dr. Crane had killed Victor to protect his secret. a secret that could change the course of history. Victor had invented a device. It could manipulate time, a groundbreaking invention that held immense power. Dr. Crane feared it would fall into the wrong hands, leading to chaos and destruction. He believed he was doing the right thing, convinced that his actions were justified. As Dr. Crane was arrested, Emily felt a sense of closure, knowing that justice had been served. The case of the Evergreen Manor murder was solved, justice was served, and the Manor's dark chapter was finally closed. But the memory of the Grand Manor and its secrets would stay with her forever, a haunting reminder of the complexities of human nature. It was a reminder that time, like truth, can be elusive, slipping through our fingers when we least expect it. And sometimes, it takes a keen mind to unravel its mysteries, to see through the fog of deception and uncover the hidden truth.